Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
In the previous class, we have talked about the digestive system, right? All about that mouth, tongue, teeth, how do they help, okay? All this thing. And this pharynx, what is this?
Ma'am,
This is funnel chamber.
Ma'am, could you
Okay.
repeat? I couldn't hear you for 5 minutes.
Hello.
Ma'am, I can hear you now.
So, in the alimentary canal, first the food will get inside the mouth, right? From there, yeah, we have teeth and tongue, right? Teeth will chew and grind. It will break the food particle into smaller pieces. Then we have the tongue. Okay. What is its work? It has test bud also, test buds. And what does it do?
Ma'am, it tells you that the food is sweet, salty, or spicy.
And other work of tongue?
Ma'am, push the food to the throat.
Okay. And there we have the mixing of the saliva. In saliva, we have what? Salivary amylase, right? What does it do? Salivary amylase.
Ma'am, it digests.
What do you mean, ma'am?
Ma'am, does it digest
What do you mean?
carbohydrates?
Yes, correct. So these things over, right? And one more thing was there. What was that? One more thing was there, right?
Ma'am, I have a question. Ma'am,
Yes.
today there was supposed to be math class. Is math class on Friday now?
Today is supposed to be math class. No, Tuesday and Wednesday it will be bio. And Tuesday there will be concept, and Wednesday there will be assignment.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, you can see in the Google Calendar.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, today's concept class.
Yes, today is concept.
Okay. ma'am.
Next, the food will move to pharynx. It is small funnel shaped channel. It is located in the oral cavity, that is throat, okay? And it is the common chamber, okay? Where there will be esophagus also and the trachea, okay? The food will move from pharynx to the esophagus. And the oxygen and all that stuff, right? The breathing process is through the what? Trachea. Understood? Next, we have the esophagus. It is thin, long, muscular tube that leads to the stomach. And here, the movement of the food, how does that movement happen? What is the movement named as, called as peristaltic movement? Okay. And from there, it will go to the stomach. Stomach is J-shaped part of the alimentary canal. Here, partial digestion will happen. What are the acids? Acid and what is the enzyme? What is digested here? In the previous class, I have said, right? Can anyone guess? See, what is digested here? Protein.
Protein, ma'am.
Yes. So, what is the enzyme here? Pepsin. And what is the acid? HCl.
Hydrochloric acid.
Yes. What is the work of acid?
Ma'am, breaking down the food. Digesting proteins.
Making the medium acidic so that the pepsin can act in it. Okay, act on it. Next, we have mucus. What is the work of mucus? It protects the wall of the stomach. And here, right, after digestion, food is stored. And how much amount the food must will be going to the small intestine? It is controlled by the sphincter muscle. In small amounts, the food will be released into the small intestine. And it is the longest part of alimentary canal. Okay. And one more thing of the alimentary canal is this. The small intestine is this. That herbivore will be having longer small intestine, and herbivore and carnivore will be having smaller small intestine. Why is it so? Because the longer small intestine, right, they will be containing many enzymes. Those enzymes will help in the digestion of cellulose, which is more complex substance. Okay. And carnivore, they will be having small intestine because they have to digest the meat. Okay, it is not that complex compared to the cellulose, so it will be having smaller small intestine. Okay, understood?
Ma'am, cellulose are harder to digest than.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is easier to break down meat than cellulose. Next, we have, after that, it will go to the large intestine. Okay. Here, what will happen? The water will be absorbed. The undigested food, right, will go to the rectum. it will be stored as fecal matter. And then the end point is the anus. This fecal matter will exist, okay, and this will be regulated by anal sphincter, okay. These all are the portions of the alimentary canal, okay, understood. And one more thing about which I have left is dental caries in the teeth, right? Suppose this is the teeth. This is next. We have this, and we have one more layer. Okay, so this is teeth, and here we have first. This is enamel, and next this is dentine, and this is pulp cavity, where all the vessels, blood vessels are present. Okay, nerves and blood vessels, and this one is okay. This one is gum. Okay, this is all. These all are the part of the teeth. Now, sometimes what will happen? There will be formation of hole or cavities in the teeth, okay, because of the bacteria, okay, and this is called dental caries. The hardest part of the teeth is called enamel, and this hardest part, enamel, is even harder than the bone, okay. If we are eating any sugary substance, what will happen? The bacteria will act on the sugar and it will produce acid, and this acid will dissolve the calcium which is present in the enamel, and because of that the hole will be formed, and the hole will keep on going, okay, to dentine, then it will reach pulp, okay, like that, and this will cause pain and inflammation. And if we are not cleaning, right, our teeth properly or regularly, what will happen? There will be formation of sticky yellow layer of food particle and a bacteria cell, and this is called what? Dental plaque. Understood? Yes.
Okay,
First
ma'am.
one is dental caries. What is that?
Ma'am, the dental plaque is there, no, ma'am, that I'm not able to understand.
Where dental plaque?
No, I'm telling you that I'm having a doubt in my in the topic, that particular topic. Ma'am, you have not taught it yet. Means I told when you taught then it is then.
Okay, 1 minute. So first one is dental caries. So formation of small cavities, or you can say holes in the teeth due to action of acid forming bacteria and improper dental care. Okay, so this is dental caries. Next is dental plaque. So here what will happen is so when we are eating a substance, sugar for example, what will happen? The bacteria, it will eat up the sugar and it will form acid. And what will happen here is and we are not, if it is not cleaned, what will happen? It will form layer, okay, yellow sticky layer, okay, and because there will be layer, right, so what will happen? Saliva, alkaline saliva, it will not reach the tooth surface to neutralize the acid, so because of that it will decay the teeth. And if we are washing it regularly, what will happen? After eating food, the plaque will be removed, okay, and the bacteria will not produce acid. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So before eating, after eating, wash. I mean, after in the morning, in the night, okay. Then it will not form layer.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll write here: if the teeth are not cleaned regularly, they become covered with a sticky yellowish layer of food particles and bacteria cells. Okay, this is called dental plaque. Next, this all are done. Our next topic is respiration. We ate the food, okay, then we observed, right? So after that, food should release energy, right? So the process of releasing food, releasing energy from food, it's called respiration. Okay.
Ma'am, what?
The process of releasing energy from food. We ate the food. Okay, it is observed, and for doing various exercise, activities, we need energy, and food will give us energy. The process of releasing energy from food, it is called respiration. Okay, and this usually involves what happens here? Usually, food and oxygen. For example, glucose and oxygen we get from air. What will happen? It will get inside the cell. And what will it do? Energy will be released. And the waste product of that is carbon dioxide and water. Food will get inside, okay, and oxygen will also come through transportation to each and every cell. So in this cell, food is coming and oxygen is coming, okay, and they both will react, okay. And what do we get here? There will be energy release. The food will be burned off, okay, to release energy and carbon dioxide and water. And this respiration, where does it take place? It takes place inside the cells of the body. This is the general thing in respiration. Okay. Now we have two things: breathing and respiration. Breathing is mechanism. Okay, and respiration, it's the mechanism plus the oxidation of the food in the cell. That is the releasing of the energy. Okay, understood?
Yes, ma'am, getting it.
You're getting it?
Yes, ma'am. No, actually, I'm not having my school notebook with me, so I'm not able to see the roads and refer to it. That is.
Okay, so breathing is mechanism to obtain energy from what? Air and release oxygen. And respiration is both this and plus what is that? The oxidation of food in the cells to release energy. Here only breathing only involves physical. The breathing in process, air is coming inside, carbon dioxide is going outside. That is the breathing. It is only mechanism. And here, what is happening in the respiration? Oxygen is coming inside, then it is reacting with food and it is releasing energy and carbon dioxide and water. Okay, next, and what will happen? Carbon dioxide will go outside. So here the physical process is also there and the reaction, biochemical reaction is also happening. Okay, Ria and Shazan, got it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And in breathing, it will involve lungs. And in respiration, where does it happen? It happens in the mitochondria. Now, respiration is opposite of photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, what will happen? Carbon dioxide, right? Carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight energy. We are getting glucose and oxygen. Here, glucose in respiration, glucose and oxygen. From there, we are getting carbon dioxide, water, energy. Right? Opposite, right? Photosynthesis and respiration. Riya and Srazan?
Okay, repeat the question. I didn't hear it.
Oh, I was telling respiration is opposite of photosynthesis. In the photosynthesis, there is reaction of carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight energy. And it will form what? What do we get? The product is we get glucose and oxygen. Here, the reactant in the respiration, the reactant is glucose and oxygen. And here, the product we are getting is carbon dioxide, water, energy. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, you have to know in the body, we have what? ADP, adenosine diphosphate, and it is low energy content. It has low energy content. ATP, adenosine triphosphate, it has high energy content. And PI, it is inorganic phosphate. That is means it is combination of phosphorus and oxygen. In non-reactive stage, where energy from respiration is not coming, right? It has not come. When it comes, what will happen here? The usual form, it will be ADP. It is already there in our body. Then phosphate, it is already there in our body. So energy will come from the respiration. Then what will it form? It will form ATP. Okay, high energy. Then this high energy will be stored. And if it is required, what will happen? ATP will mix with water and again it will form ADP, phosphate and energy. This energy will be used in the cell. Okay. So what will happen here? First, the oxygen will come inside the cell. Food is already there. Food will be burned out. And what do we get? We get carbon dioxide, water and energy. That energy plus we already have ADP and phosphate. Those things will combine and we'll get ATP. which has high energy content. Here the energy will be stored. Now, if energy is required, that time what will happen? The water is already there, right? It will mix up with ATP, which is formed, okay, which has high energy content. And what will happen? It will break down and it will form ADP, the previous form, and phosphate. And here we get energy. This energy is high energy, okay. This energy will be used in other mechanism, on the physical activities or biochemical activities, metabolism, okay. Understood? Understood or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood the whole process of respiration, how this is happening? We already have ADP.
Ma'am, this ATP and ATP1, can you just explain one second?
Okay, see, we already have ADP in our body, okay, diphosphate, but it is of low energy content. So what will happen is we have to make it into high energy. So energy from the respiration will come, and then what will happen? One more, this we have the phosphate here, right? ADP, already we have phosphate. So it will join and it will form ATP, triphosphate. Then it will be having high energy, okay, high energy. When we break this, what will happen is, again, it will form the previous form, that is ADP and phosphate. And when we are breaking something, energy will be released. That energy is higher because we are breaking ATP. Okay, it has high energy. So this energy will be used for various activities. Understood? We are not breaking ADP because the energy is very low. First, we have to form ATP. Okay, understood?
Yes,
Understood or not, Shraddha? Ria?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, and we have to discuss about this thing. Glucose, these all substance you have to know. It is 6 carbon atom. It has 6 carbon atom, okay? 6 carbon atom. Its formula is C6H12O6. And there will be also formation of this pyruvic acid in respiration. So this pyruvic acid, right? Where is this? This is the formula for pyruvic acid. Okay. It is also called ketogenic carboxylic acid. And one more compound is there, lactic acid. This is that formula of lactic acid. And it is also known as hydroxycarboxylic acid. Now, these all things you have to know before we go into the process of this respiration. 2 different types. Okay. We have glucose. What will happen here? Glucose will be broken down into pyruvate. In all the respiration process, whether it is in absence or presence of oxygen, we have this pyruvate. This pyruvate is the intermediate, okay, middle, and it will release energy. And further, this pyruvate, what it will be broken down into 3 types of mechanism. Okay, if it is in absence of oxygen, and it happens in the yeast, and what will be the formation here? It will form ethanol, carbon dioxide, and energy. And again, we have lack of oxygen. If we are doing rigorous exercises, what will happen? The oxygen will not reach our muscle cells. That time there will be lack of oxygen, and that instant what will be there? The formation of lactic acid will take place, and we have energy. Okay. And next we have the general process. Here, most organism in the presence of oxygen, and it occurs in mitochondria. What will happen here? The pyruvate will be broken down into carbon dioxide, water, and energy. See, aerobic respiration means in presence of air or oxygen. Okay. So first thing here, we have glucose. Conversion of glucose to pyruvate, it's called as glycolysis, and it happens in cytoplasm. So one molecule of glucose, from one molecule of glucose, we get 2 molecules of pyruvate. And from that pyruvate, in presence of oxygen, in mitochondria, what we are getting carbon dioxide, water, and ATP. Okay. So here we get 6 carbon dioxide and 6 water and 38 ATPs. This occurs in all animals and humans. In aerobic respiration, we have glucose, glycolysis will occur. It will be broken down into pyruvate because it is aerobic. Anaerobic process, what will happen? It will happen in absence of oxygen and it occurs in the yeast. Okay. Here, there will be impartial digestion, impartial respiration. Okay. Here, there will be the production of ethanol, carbon dioxide, and 2 ATP. And this is also known as yeast fermentation. And this is also anaerobic process, glucose, then pyruvate, then lack of oxygen. It occurs in the muscle cells. What will be the formation here? Lactic acid and ATP. In the anaerobic process, we get only 2 ATPs. Okay, but in aerobic, we get 28 ATPs, more energy. Here, less energy. So the most organism utilize the aerobic respiration. Okay, you can see here, right? Understood. Now let's see the differences. In aerobic respiration, we have it takes place in the presence of oxygen. Here, anaerobic respiration, we have in absence of oxygen. And here we have breakdown of complete breakdown. Because see here aerobic complete breakdown. Because here everything it converted into simplest form. Okay, in aerobic respiration. And partial breakdown in anaerobic. Here, see, it has not converted into simplest form because here 2 carbon is remaining, right? And here you can see how many 3 carbons are remaining, not converted into the simplest form. In the case of aerobic respiration, it is converted into the simplest form, complete breakdown. Here, partial breakdown. Okay. And here in aerobic respiration, the end product is carbon dioxide and water. Here in the yeast, 2 types, 2 mechanisms is there, right? In yeast, we have carbon dioxide and ethanol, and in muscle cells, we have lactic acid. And in aerobic respiration, we have 28, okay? 28 ATPs, production of 28 ATPs. And here we have 2 ATPs. Understood, Priya and Sazan?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
See, this is very important. This too is anaerobic. Anaerobic. And this one is aerobic. Okay. Sometimes in question they will ask which process will produce lactic acid, and you will tell lack of oxygen in the muscle cell, lactic acid. It is easy, right? Lack of oxygen, lactic acid in muscle cell. Okay. In general, what will happen? This thing, carbon dioxide, water, energy. Okay. Now the remaining is that is aerobic respiration. In anaerobic, lactic acid you can know, right? We have this lactic acid, lack of oxygen. Next, the remaining you can remember yeast, ethanol. In yeast, ethanol. That's all. Okay. You can. It is
Okay, ma'am.
easier to remember, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Last is remaining is ethanol.
Ma'am, what is ethanol?
Ethanol, alcohol. Yes.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Okay. Alcohol is produced here.
Where?
In the case of yeast.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then any doubt here? Priya and Shazan?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Then class over. Okay. Bye bye.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.